Well, good morning and welcome to day one of the Pak-A-Sak WT Thanksgiving Classic. I'm Kent Johnson along with my broadcast partner Lucas Kinsey. We're ready to bring you 4 games over 2 days from this tradition that really kicks off the holiday season. What better way, Lucas Kinsey, than basketball and Thanksgiving?
Yeah, you had your turkey yesterday. We had our football, which was a little sad, honestly, in the state of Texas. But we love this tradition right here at the First United Bank Center. We get to see great basketball teams, and it starts off with this first matchup. Again, Southwestern Oklahoma State, the Bulldogs, a team that made it to the Sweet 16 last year, and then Western Colorado, a team that has made the NCAA tournament the last 2 straight years.
Southwestern Oklahoma has already played here twice this year.
Yeah, second home.
And this is their home away from home. One of their players said they had actually played more games here than they actually have in Weatherford, their home court this season. Let's meet the starting lineup. First, the designated visitors, the Bulldogs of Southwest Oklahoma State University, 3-2 in the young season in their 12th season under head coach Kelsey Music. They'll start at one guard, Lauren Ramey, a 6'1 junior from Kiefer, Oklahoma. She averages 12 points, 2 rebounds a game. The second guard, Macy Gore, a 5'7 sophomore from Tologa, Oklahoma. Gore averages 7 points, 4 rebounds. The third guard, Carly Gore, a 5'9 sophomore from Tologa, Oklahoma, averaging 13 points, 5 rebounds. The forwards are Bethany Franks, 5'11 senior from Norman, Oklahoma, who averages 6 points and 9 rebounds. And rounding out the starting 5, one of the better players you'll see in the women's game, Makira Tramble, 5'10 sophomore from Shawnee, Oklahoma. She averages 21 points, 8 rebounds a game. For the Mountaineers of Western Colorado, they're in their 6th year under head coach Laura Westling. They come in today with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss. They'll start at guard Kai Buell, 5'7 sophomore from Cheyenne, Wyoming. Buell averages 14.7 points, 5 rebounds a game. The second guard, Anda Kuzmina, 5'9 junior from Riga, Latvia. She averages 3 points, 3 rebounds. And the third guard, Samantha Coleman, 5'9 senior from Las Vegas, Nevada. Coleman averages 13.3 points, 4.5 rebounds. The forwards are Grace Kirscher, 6' senior from Dan Point, Idaho, averaging 5.5 points, 1.7 rebounds. And rounding out the starting 5 for Western Colorado, Katie Dalton, 6'2 senior from Magnolia, Texas, averaging 7.1 points, 4 rebounds a game. Travis Clark is our lead official. The umpires are going to be Alika Arizuma and Jonathan Pastusak. And we are underway with Southwestern Oklahoma having first possession, moving from our right to our left, wearing the navy blue uniforms with the light blue SWASU and numerals outlined in white. Tremble takes an open 3. Can't get it to go down, and Western Colorado has their first possession. There's an outside 3 knocked down by Grace Kirscher.
It's going to be a contrast to styles today. Southwestern Oklahoma State gets up and down the court, 93 points in their win over Cameron earlier this week. Western Colorado will play more half-court, slower pace, but they get off to a great start. An open 3 goes in.
Tremble feeds Gore on the drive. We're going to have a foul. This one's going to go against Kai Buell. Her first personal, team's first, non-shooting foul. Bulldogs inbound to Tremble on the wing. She'll drive in, kicks it cross court to Gore. Gore to Franks, her mid-range jumper no good. Mountaineers with the rebound. This is Samantha Coleman. Tries to feed inside to Dalton. Pass gets away from Dalton. Gore comes up, outlet to Tremble.
Southwestern will get a lot of hands in passing lanes. They'll trap, full court, half court. They're very stingy defensively.
Here's a 3-pointer left wing put up and missed. That was Lauren Ramey. The Mountaineers with the defensive glass.
Western has played a couple of opponents in the Lone Star Conference this year. A loss at Texas Women's and then a big win against Angelo State, 62-57.
Angelo State going through a coaching change, just like West Texas A&M's Lady Buffs. There, Katie Dalton tried to turn around and made the mistake of getting the ball down around her waist.
She's being guarded by a veteran defender, Bethany Franks, a fifth-year senior. And she just spun the wrong way. If she spins back to the inside, there's no help defense there, and she shoots it with her left hand. Instead, it's a tie ball, but Western Colorado keeps possession.
There's a long three, knocked down on the wing by Kai Buell.
At first it looked like an awkward shot, but I think she meant to take that one. Obviously it goes in. Buell, an outstanding player, averaging 15 points a game.
Tramble kicks it outside. Macy Gore with a three, and she'll rattle it home.
These two teams hot from the start here, from the three-point line. 6-3 the score. Yeah, Buell was the RMAC Offensive Player of the Week from a week ago against Fort Lewis. Kent, 25 points, 6 of 6 from the three-point line.
Coleman on the wing, guarded by Tramble. Distributes inside to Kircher. She'll turn around and knocks it down. 5 points for Grace Kircher. Mountaineers have an 8-3 lead, 7.5 to play in the first.
It's a solid start for them offensively against, a good defensive team in the Bulldogs. Look at Tramble just back down the defense.
Turns around off the glass, won't go down. Western Oklahoma averages just under 60 points a game, but their start today indicates they may have some more firepower. Here's a three missed from outside, but the offensive board comes down to Katie Dalton. Dishes out to Buell. Now Coleman on the wing. Dribbles back on top, picks up her dribble. Feeds it inside to Dalton. Her turnaround a little short. Carly Gore comes down with the rebound quickly at the other end. Tramble in the corner to Ramey. Her three won't go down. Ball goes out of bounds. Western Colorado's basketball.
Ramey's coming off of an 11-point performance on the road at Cameron. They played the women's game. Kent on the road in Lawton did not get a chance to play the men's game. That one was postponed.
Yeah, Cameron on the men's side postponed 3 contests last week. Western Colorado's basketball, and there's a turnover. Samantha Coleman, feet got a little ahead of her hands, and she took some steps. 8-3, Western Colorado, 6:26 to play here in the first. Dogs basketball. Here's Macy Gore, drives down to the block, tries to kick it outside to her sister. The ball's intercepted by Kircher. Her pass in the lane for Dalton, deflected away, but the Mountaineers retain possession. Kuzmina picks up her dribble, distributes outside to Emery Wofstaff. Wofstaff goes in hard off the glass, but the senior from Evanston, Wyoming can't get it to fall. Here's Gore in the corner. In the paint, spins off the block, off the glass, and in. Nice move by Carly Gore.
She was able to slide through the defense. Carly, last week, GAC Player of the Week. She shot 60% from the field and averaged 17 points a game in 2 wins.
Here's a spin by Kircher, gets in the paint. And the Mountaineers, after hitting their first 2 shots, have to go in cold. They have been held scoreless the last 2 minutes. Meanwhile, Tramble knocks down a 3.
You know, we've seen Southwestern women, Kent, enough to know you're going to have to score a lot of points if you want to beat this team, because they're going to get theirs. They're going to get into that 70-plus point range. So Western Colorado, again, they have to score more than what they are used to. As a foul's called inside.
Yeah, Bethany Frank's going to be called with the slap. And we're going to have a full timeout on the floor. 4:56 to play in the first. Western Colorado leads it 8-7. You're watching the Pak-A-Sak WT Thanksgiving Classic on the LSC Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology.
Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Well, welcome back to the First United Bank Center. We're glad to have you with us here for Game 1 on Day 1 of the Pak-A-Sak Thanksgiving Classic. Lucas Kinsey along with Kent Johnson and the Thunder Vision team today. And Kent, I look forward to this every year. 2 seasons. Well, last season we did not get to have it, right? The Pak-A-Sak Thanksgiving Classic. The season got started late. We were just glad to be playing basketball last year. But a lot of good teams. You see Fort Lewis up in the stands. The Skyhawks, they'll be the second game that we'll have,
They'll play the Lady Buffs.
Next one against West Texas A&M on the women's side. Then we'll have 2 men's games later today. And a lot of Oklahoma teams in this tournament. Some connections for myself being from the state of Oklahoma. And with Southwestern Oklahoma State and head coach Kelsey Music in her 13th season, they have been playing a lot of basketball right here in Canyon, Texas. Right now they trail by 2 points to a tough Western Colorado team. But we look forward to this tournament every year.
And Katie Dalton knocks them both down. Her first 2 points of the game. Bumps the Mountaineers' lead back up 10-7.
Yeah, so far both teams pretty efficient. Western Colorado 43% from the field. Get Tramble go to work.
Kicks it out left wing. Macy Gore. Little off with her 3, but the rebound by Franks feeds Gore underneath. Putback won't go. There's Ramey with the follow and 1.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of their size inside. The matchup they have on the floor right now, the Bulldogs are just simply bigger than Western Colorado. Head coach Laura Westling for Western Colorado, she's intense. She gets up off the bench screaming some defense instructions. Asked her before the game, Kent said, what do you like about your team early in the season? As Ramey misses the free throw. I'll finish the story in just a second.
Rebound comes down to Gore. Tramble, long 3, knocks it down. Her second of the game. Bulldogs take their first lead of the day, 12-10.
So Coach Westling said this is a young team. We graduated some very valuable seniors last year, but she said my team plays extremely hard. We're just still learning how to play together.
I don't know if you do this, Lucas, but when I see a team that I'm not that familiar with, I look at their coach, I read the bios and kind of say, can they walk the walk? And Laura Westling definitely has.
She has. You know, she's as the 3-pointers put up.
Rebound comes down to Tramble. Fresh 20 for the Dogs. Here's Franks on the block. Kicks it out to Tramble. Cross court to Gore. One Gore to the other.
Yeah, they're just getting dribble penetration, and it's leading to wide open shots. So back to Coach Westling. This is her 6th season. Back-to-back NCAA appearances, but as a player, Kent, she played at Washburn in Topeka, won a national championship as a player in 2005. She's the all-time leader at Washburn still in 3-pointers made and in games played.
And Washburn went through a period where they were always in the regionals, if not the Elite 8.
Also impressive for Coach Westling. She played soccer while in college, while also playing basketball. There's a good defensive play as they take a charge.
And so that's an odd combo, soccer and basketball.
It's a heck of an athlete is what it is. But she's intense, teaches that defense. Casper, Wyoming native. And before she came to Western Colorado, Kent, they had gone 7 years in a row in Gunnison of not even making the RMAC tournament.
There's definitely been a resurgence in the women's basketball program at Western Colorado. 2:54 to play here in the first as Emery Wastaff knocks down a 3 from outside. Makes it a 2-point Dog lead. Here's Tramble on the wing. Guarded by Coleman. Comes left wing, 3, knocked down Macy Gore. She's hot. She's got 8. Dogs lead up to 5 at 18-13.
That is now the 3rd 3-pointer for Southwestern Oklahoma State. And again, they're getting wide open looks. So defensively, Western Colorado having a hard time guarding that 3-point line. That's a problem when you play the Bulldogs.
They've got height, but they've also got athleticism. Here's Wofstaff with the clock ticking down to 3. Gets it off to Coleman. Doesn't know how much time's on the clock. And it's a shot clock violation against the Mountaineers.
It gets the Bulldog bench fired up right there to see this team playing with a lot of defensive enthusiasm. Last year when we saw them, KJ, here at the regional tournament, they were pressing. They were doing full court pressure the entire length of the court. Coach Music has dialed that back a little bit this year. They're still going to trap a lot in the half court, but doesn't feel like she has quite the depth that she had last year to be able to do that.
Here's a mid-range jumper knocked down by Bethany Franks. Her first bucket. 7-point lead for the Dogs, and they have turned it on here as we near the end of the first quarter. 1:35 to play.
It's a 13-3 run for Southwestern Oklahoma State.
Here's Coleman. Drives, pulls up, puts it off the back of the iron, won't go down. Southwestern Oklahoma State has connected on each of their last 3 field goals, but they won't get a shot off this time. Quickly at the other end, 3-pointer. Coleman won't go. Offensive board goes to Seymour. They kick it outside to Hohola, who knocks it down. Natalie Hohola, freshman from Albuquerque, gives the Mountaineers some much-needed juice there.
Well, 4 of 7 from downtown is keeping Western Colorado in the game, but they don't have an answer for that player right there. Not many teams in the country can't have an answer for Makira Tramble.
I was talking during Southwestern Oklahoma State's men's shoot-around with their head coach, Terry Evans, who was one of the great point guards in college basketball back in his day. And I was saying, he asked if it was okay if his team came to watch their girls play. And I said, absolutely. I said, I'd pay money to watch Makira Tramble play too. And he said, she has got some of the best court sense of any player he has ever seen.
Yeah, I believe it. Always under control, but when she needs to hit that gear, she explodes.
10 remaining in the first quarter. A shot missed from outside. The Mountaineers get the rebound, and now they start to push it up court. Coleman at the line in the paint, short.
That was an odd break there, Ken. I mean, there's 9 seconds left, and it was almost as if Samantha Coleman didn't realize, hey, there's 10 seconds left in the quarter, but she somehow got down into the paint and still got a shot off.
And our first quarter comes to a close. Our score, Southwestern Oklahoma State 22, Western Colorado 15. We'll take a timeout and be right back. You're watching the Pak-A-Sak WT Thanksgiving Classic on the LSC Digital Network.
Joints begin to fail. It's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
Well, we hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving yesterday with family and friends. And Kent Johnson and I, we like to hang out here at the First United Bank Center after Thanksgiving. That's what we're doing right now. We're glad you're with us here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Great first quarter. Kent, 22-15 lead here for Southwestern Oklahoma State. Western Colorado did some good things, but still find themselves down by 7.
Well, Western Colorado opened strong with a pair of threes to go up 6-0, but since have cooled off. And that Southwestern Oklahoma State defense had something to do with it. 31% from the floor for Western Colorado. The Dogs, meanwhile, 9 of 17, 52%. They've knocked down 4 of 10 from 3. How about 8 second chance points for SWOSU? As we're underway here in the second quarter, Tramble opens with a 3 that won't go. Rebound pulled down by Morgan Smith. Gives it to Franks, back to Smith. Her 3, got it.
And see, the problem when you don't block out and Southwestern Oklahoma State gets those offensive rebounds, they're not always looking for a layup. They're looking to get a 3-pointer. That's exactly what they did.
Kirscher feeds Kuzmina inside. Nice inlet pass.
Well, hang time from Kuzmina as well to finish that shot.
Here's a three outside, no good by the Dogs.
Oof.
But an offensive board and a putback by Laney Zinn.
Nice little flip assist there from Lauren Ramey.
Zinn averaging 8 a game out of Anadarko, Oklahoma. Deflection and a turnover.
Rebound count 14-8 in favor of the Bulldogs.
Tramble on the block, kicks it in the corner to Zinn. Her little jumper, no good. Ramey with the board. Outside to Smith. Misses everything. Mountaineers come up with the rebound. This is Buell. Kirscher for 2. Knocks it down. She was just inside the arc.
And you wonder, if for some of the players, they try to get used to the line. That three-point line. You got to make sure you're behind.
We've got a lot of lines down there.
Yeah, get behind all of them.
Costs money to paint lines every year. Here's Ramey, tries to drive in the paint, picks up her dribble, distributes right side to Smith, back to Franks. Shot rattles around, won't go down. Southwestern Oklahoma State foul against Morgan Smith. Her first, team's first of the quarter.
This Bulldog team, it's a mixture of some veteran players that have been in some battles like Bethany Franks, the Gore sisters, Lauren Ramey, but also some young players like Morgan Smith. We'll see Shamika Smith and Avery Walker-Henry, some young players. They've got a lot of talent. Also, this lady out here guarding the basketball, Laney Zinn, is a pretty good player as well.
Here's Dalton, top of the post. Right side to Kircher. Cross court, Buell for 3.
Yeah, she rushed
Airmailed it. Rebound comes down to the Dogs quickly. Smith gets under the basket, kicks it outside. Tramble's going to be bumped by Kuzmina. That's Onda Kuzmina's first personal, first team foul against the Mountaineers here in the second quarter. Southwestern Oklahoma State leading 27-19, 7:25 to play in the second. We've got a foul called on the inbounds. They're going to call a hold.
Western Colorado's Katie Dalton picks up that
Goes
foul.
against
Her first, second team foul.
Katie Dalton, her first, second team foul against Western Colorado. Dogs to inbound. Ball deflected out of bounds. They'll try it again once someone tracks down the basketball.
Right now just trailing by 8, Western Colorado. They got to be careful and not let the Bulldogs go on one of those runs that they can go on. Again, they scored 50 first-half points against Cameron 2 days ago.
And Zinn steps on the sideline as she started her drive.
That 93-72 win for Southwestern Oklahoma State. They outscored Cameron 21-3 fast break points. They had 6 players who scored in double figures. They had 47 rebounds, 31 bench points, and they hit 14 three-pointers.
Was that game in Lawton?
It was in Lawton and Aggie Gym.
I'd have been eating popcorn, enjoying the basketball.
That's right, Shooter's Gym.
Strong drive, no good by Buell. Quickly at the other end, Ramey moonlights for the layup.
Lauren Ramey from the
It's a smart play. I mean, Tramble can make that pass really full court. Ramey knows it, runs out, gets an easy layup.
Strong drive, but Kuzmina's shot deflected by Tramble. Controlled by Zinn, goes down. She's going to be blocked at the other end by Dalton.
Yeah, we saw this last year with Tramble Kent on the other side. She blocks the shot. She really does it all. She defends, steals, blocks. Then on the offensive end, we've seen her shoot the 3. We know she can pass it, and she can score inside as well. Remember last year when Coach Music told us, she said, I've got a player that plays like a dude.
Ramey missed a long 3. Here's Wolfstaff. Picks up her dribble. Gets it to Buell. No one steps in on her, but Tremble comes over the back and commits the foul. That's 2 against Makira Tremble.
And some courage from Buell to take it in to the teeth of the defense against Tremble.
And Kai Buell goes to the line shooting twice, where on the young season just 5 of 10.
How many fouls is that on Tremble now?
That's her second.
Okay, so she'll have to sit out. That obviously makes a big difference. The Bulldogs will bring in Shamika Smith, who's 6 feet tall and will help inside, but she's a true freshman out of Norman.
If you're looking for chinks in the armor for Western Colorado, free throw shooting one of them. As a team, they're shooting 57% from the line. Buell misses the first. Misses them both. Rebound. Shamika Smith. Morgan Smith on the wing, no relation. Kick it back outside. Avery Walker-Henry, baseline. Couldn't get the shot up. Rebound comes down to the Mountaineers. Buell hands it off to Wolfstaff. Wolfstaff drives off the glass, too strong. There for the rebound offensively is Dalton, and her outlet pass picked off. We're going the other way. Gore outside. Her three won't go. Franks fights for the rebound, can't come up with it. Rebound comes down to Wolfstaff. Here's a dribble drive by Buell, short. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be the Dogs basketball.
Good hustle. You know, Western Colorado is kicking themselves right now because this margin has been at 8 to 10 points for a couple minutes now. They're 0 for their last 5 from the field. The Mountaineers are, so they're not able to cut into this lead.
But Southwestern Oklahoma State 0 for their last 4 until then. Morgan Smith lights it up from 3, and that brings Laura Westling off the bench for a timeout. 5:05 to play, second quarter. Southwestern Oklahoma State 32-19 over Western Colorado. You're watching the Pak-A-Sak WT Thanksgiving Classic right here on the LSC Digital Network.
Bud Light, proudly brewed.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Welcome back to Canyon, Texas, where our score, Southwestern Oklahoma State, thanks to some hot shooting from the three-point line, leads over Western Colorado 32-19. 6 of 17 shooting from the perimeter right now for the Bulldogs. There's a look at the Bulldog bench. Southwestern Oklahoma State and head coach Kelsey Music, 214 wins. Always enjoy getting a chance to visit with Coach Music, and her teams, KJ, just they play hard, but they play this style that's fun. I mean, it looks like if you're a player, you want to come play for her in Weatherford, Oklahoma. They're going to shoot the three. They're going to get out and trap and defend, and they're going to run the floor.
Yeah. It's a fun style of basketball. They're fun to watch. As you mentioned, the players look like they're enjoying playing for Coach Music. They've achieved success over there, certainly in their conference and in the region.
We'll see on the men's side an opponent from the Great American Conference, 2 of those actually, Southwestern Oklahoma State, and then Oklahoma Baptist. They'll take on Tom Brown's Buffaloes later today. Buffaloes against Bison. How about that?
The American Bison is a buffalo. There's a turnover by the Mountaineers. Quickly at the other end, Walker-Henry drives in, pulls up, kicks it back out. Smith outside. She'll drive the lane. No one steps in, off the glass and in. 8 points for Morgan Smith. 15-point dog lead. Western closing in on 4 minutes scoreless. Kircher forces one up, but she'll draw the foul. I believe Lauren, nope, they got Morgan Smith with her second personal. Team's third. That's going to send Grace Kircher to the line. She's 100% on the year, and she'll have 2 opportunities.
Kircher, a senior, as you see on the replay here. Strong drive. And really that looked like there was contact, as they called it, driving the paint strong. She's a senior, a transfer from Eastern Washington, originally from Dan Point, Idaho.
You ever been there?
I have not. Josh Prock has been to Idaho, though, because about a week ago the Lady Buffs were in Nampa, Idaho. He said it was really a pretty area right outside of Boise.
Kircher knocks them both down. She has 9 to lead the Mountaineers and cuts the margin to 13. 4:10 to play here in the first half.
Have you been to the state of Idaho, KJ?
I have.
Okay.
Boise on a couple occasions. There's a shot put up and in by Avery Walker-Henry, freshman from Lubbock. Mountaineers basketball. Kircher gives it far wing to Eliza Akins. Back to Coleman, who drives in. We're going to have a foul called on the floor. And this one's going to go against Bethany Franks.
Okay.
Her second, team's fourth, non-shooting foul. Mountaineers basketball to inbound to the right of their bucket. Pahola lobs it in to Kircher. Up top, Pahola, right side, Coleman. Quick pass in the key to Dalton. Her turnaround no good. Rebound comes down to the Dogs and quickly at the other end. Gore drives in, stops at the block, finds her sister, Macy Gore, slicing in from the opposite side.
That's a pretty lethal connection right there, right?
I get the idea they've played in the backyard growing up, and they've got that down.
Did it in high school, Tologa, Oklahoma.
Where is that?
Well, it's in the western part of the state. It's a small school, not just known for their basketball, but known for their baseball and softball as well. One of those where they play the softball, in the fall and the spring. No football at Tologa High School, and so it's all it's all hoops.
They don't have the 11 for football, but they got the 9 for baseball and softball.
That's right.
Okay. There's a strong drive by Carly Gore, results in a foul.
That's the first personal foul on Mountaineers Samantha Coleman.
Gore goes to the line to shoot twice. Samantha Coleman with the foul for Western Colorado.
Yeah, that's one thing. You look at the replay there, Carly Gore, they're so strong, she and her sister Macy. And again, always under control. And if you come off your offensive player, then they're going to find someone on the perimeter for an open shot. Free throw rattled in there.
The rim is circular, and that's why.
Carly, in the win over Cameron earlier this week, 10 points, 10 rebounds from the guard position.
Misses the second. The rebound comes down to Coleman. Kircher turns around, baseline right side, drops it in. 11 for Kircher, makes it 39-23 Southwestern Oklahoma.
After Western Colorado, you got to chip away at this and try to get it down close to 10 before you go into the locker room at halftime.
Little fadeaway there by Gore, won't go down. She wants a foul, doesn't get it. The foul is called, and it's going to go against Southwestern Oklahoma State.
They're getting close to bonus time now. So free throws will be coming here for the Mountaineers. It's the only thing, really, the Bulldogs can be picky about and say they maybe need to clean up a little bit as they've gotten in some foul trouble. Franks will come to the bench.
Avery Walker-Henry picks up the foul, her first, 5th team foul. That puts Western Colorado in the bonus. Anda Kuzmina shooting 1-1. First shot's in.
Now, you've been to Idaho, Ken. Have you been to Riga, Latvia?
No.
Neither have I. But she's an athletic player, I'll tell you that. Kuzmina, her layup she made earlier in the half where she hung in the air and kind of avoided a defender.
Makes them both. 14-point lead for the Bulldogs. And there's a turnover. Kircher with the steal goes the other way. Behind the back pass and the score put up by Natalie Hahoa. And it's a 12-point margin.
Pass was tricky.
I think the Mountaineers heard Luke Kinsey say they need to chip it to 10. Oh, strong dribble drive. Macy Gore.
And that's the luxury that Kelsey Music has. She's seen her team give up some points, and you go to the well. You get it to either Macy or Carly Gore. This time it was Macy that was able to connect inside on a tough two. Look at this one. Drives the paint coming right at you.
3-point play.
Finished it.
And knocks down the bonus. 3-point play. She's got 14. That Mountaineer foul was on Alexa Huff, her first. Fourth Mountaineer team foul. Kircher inside, double teamed. A lot of contact. And it goes against the Dogs.
Carly Gore
picks up her first foul. Grace Kircher goes back to the line to shoot twice.
Grace Kircher.
Southwestern Oklahoma State leading 42-27. At halftime, Lucas will preview the Lady Buffs game with Fort Lewis by visiting with Lady Buff head coach Josh Prock.
I see him down there chatting with Terry Evans. A little Oklahoma Sooner connection down there. We'll talk more about that later today. Terry Evans, though, Kent, was a childhood hero of mine, playing basketball for Billy Tubbs back in the day.
I actually mentioned to him yesterday, don't be surprised if Lucas Kinsey comes up to you before the game and wants to talk.
That's right.
He's not stalking you.
No.
There's a miss on the SWOSU end as we approach the 1-minute mark. Natalie Hahoa gets it underneath. Alexa Huff with the turnaround, but she'll draw the foul.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good defense inside by Carly Gore.
Picks up her second.
Tried to keep her hands out. Official up top saw it different, called the foul. And again, Western Colorado 7 for 10 from the free throw line. That's helping. 8 of 11.
Huff's first free throw opportunities of the season. Knocks down the first.
And the one thing they haven't been able to keep pace on is the three-pointers. They started the game off hot, and the Mountaineers just 3 for 8.
Shamika Smith into the game for Southwestern.
On the season, they average 7 three-pointers a game.
Here's Morgan Smith, kicks it outside to Gore. Oh, nice feed inside for the lay-in by Shamika Smith. But you got to give Macy Gore credit on that. She had the defense drawn to her, was looking at the rim, passed it to her teammate for the score.
Yep, great fundamentals right there. Your head's always up, driving the paint, see the open teammate, just slice that dime in there for a 2.
Closing seconds of the half. 10 on the shot clock. They get it inside to Huff. Her turnaround over Ramey.
Some good length. That's 2 long players going at each other right there.
6 foot and 6'1". 2 seconds on the game clock. As hustling down. Laney's in, can't get the shot to fall. And our halftime score, Southwestern Oklahoma State 44, Western Colorado 32. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our halftime activities. You're watching the Pak-A-Sak WT Thanksgiving Classic right here on the LSC Digital Network.
80 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1831 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Bulldogs!
Welcome to MetaDrive Pharmacy, Canyon's hometown pharmacy for over 32 years. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to counsel you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly, professional service and the highest quality medicines and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
This is what a new heart valve looks like. This is what a bypassed artery looks like. And this is what a repaired aortic aneurysm looks like. The BSA Heart and Vascular Team is here to help you live life to the fullest. From our state-of-the-art cardiac technologies to our dedicated heart specialists, our goal is to help you take the very best care of your heart so you can enjoy everything else that matters to you. BSA for life.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center as we continue with the WT Pak-A-Sak Thanksgiving Classic. Game 1 today. We're at the break here at halftime, and the score is Southwestern Oklahoma State leading over Western Colorado 44-32. Joining us now here on the halftime show, Lady Buffs head coach Josh Prock. And Coach, thanks for coming up and visiting with us. First question for you. How was Thanksgiving yesterday, buddy?
Excuse me, it was amazing. My mother-in-law came in, and so between her and my wife, unbelievable cook. So yeah, but I was very proud of myself. I did go for a long run in the morning. Okay. And so I ate, but I didn't gain anything, so I was proud of myself.
That's very good. So, what was the dessert of choice yesterday, Coach?
Can I say 3?
Yes, go with all 3.
Peanut butter pie.
Yes.
Apple pie and pecan pie.
Oh, my goodness.
And I almost had a cookie to pop off today, but I decided not to.
Were you competing with the kids on who could eat the most pie?
Oh, we're seeing who can last the longest in overtime. I went to double overtime. So.
Double overtime. That's awesome. Well, Coach, we're at the Thanksgiving Pak-A-Sak Classic, and I talked to you the other night about this. You've been to this tournament, obviously, before as the opposing coach, I guess, not the host coach. So what's it like this year? You bring in some great teams again here, some great opponents that your team is going to get to see. And what is it like to host one of these things?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's awesome to be able to sleep in our own beds and, like you said, have Thanksgiving meal with your family, and had some of the girls over. And so be able to stay here in your home area is awesome. But I mean, we want to make this fun and exciting for the fans as well too. And I mean, obviously Southwestern, the people have seen 3 times already, and they know how good they are.
This is their home away from home.
This
First
is kind of their home.
Center.
You're right.
That's what Kelsey Music told me.
Yeah, they're home away from home, and then Western Colorado was knocking on the door last year of an NCAA tournament berth, and Fort Lewis has traditionally been a very good team. So it's a good way to get back going again after Thanksgiving, because now it's really kind of on. Yeah. Besides Christmas break, you just keep playing and playing.
Give us a little preview of the Lady Buffs matchup. You mentioned at Fort Lewis, the Skyhawks, they're 1-3. New head coach, first year for Taylor Harris. So what can we expect to see for the Lady Buffs when they match up against Fort Lewis today?
Yeah, Taylor's a good friend. He's been a good coach for a long time. I mean, the biggest thing that you have to watch for is their best player, Sidney Candelaria, has been averaging like 18 a game or so, I think, somewhere around that area.
Guard,
yes. The shooter can get to the hole, left-handed kid. I think I've been playing, even when I was at Eastern, we played against him. So I think since 8 years ago, I've been playing against Cindy Candelaria, it seems like. I think she's in her 60s.
She's from New Mexico, from Albuquerque.
Correct. She's from Albuquerque. Very good player. So you got to watch her. And then they really like to drive and kick, so they got really good shooters. So you got to honor that. You know, defensively, I think they play a little zone, a little man, so we're going to have to be ready for both.
Okay, what do you want to see from your team today, Coach? A couple of losses in a row for your team, but again, without what some fans have said early in the season, maybe your most valuable player in Zam.
Yeah, just consistent effort. You know, Lucas, that's what we want to see. Consistent effort on both ends of the court, playing hard, playing with each other. I think if we do that, the results will take care of themselves.
Okay. Thing that you're most thankful for, Coach, as we come into this Thanksgiving weekend?
Well, first and foremost, for my Savior, for Jesus, that's number one. And then obviously having an amazing family. And then third, obviously with the young ladies we get to coach. But I'm just so super grateful to be part of the Buff family. This has been amazing for our family. So shout out to everybody here. We love it here. We're thankful for you all. Can't wait to continue this ride.
Okay, we're going to have Lady Buffs in Fort Lewis. That'll be our second game today. We're at halftime right now. Southwestern Oklahoma State leads over Western Colorado 44-32. We'll take a timeout, come back, and get the stats for you from our first half. You're watching the WT Pak-A-Sak Thanksgiving Classic here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Joints begin to fail. It's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
A smile is understood in any language. It represents joy, love, and shows you care. At Full Smile Dental, our mission is to build lifelong relationships one smile at a time by providing accessible, compassionate, quality care with the personal touch of friendship. Come see us at Full Smile Dental, located in Canyon, Amarillo, Dumas, and Dalhart, and ask us about our free Whitening for Life program.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
How do you make something that's already fresh even fresher? By adding fresh new things, like crisp pico de gallo for a little kick, and creamy cilantro lime sauce for that extra whoa. And pepper jack cheese because, of course, all on top of 2 fresh beef patties, or with chicken on a brioche bun. Whataburger's limited time pico de gallo burger and new pico de gallo chicken sandwiches. Good thing for fresh things. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Welcome back to the first night at Bank Center, the Pak-A-Sak WT Thanksgiving Classic. Kent Johnson along with Lucas Kinsey at the half. Southwestern Oklahoma State with a 44-32 lead over Western Colorado. And Lucas, the start of the game, Western Colorado came out strong offensively, but it was just a matter of time before Southwestern Oklahoma found their stride.
Yeah, Southwestern Oklahoma State just so tough to defend, and they got into a rhythm. They started going inside out through guard penetration, and then also from dumping the ball inside to Makaira Tramble. That led to a lot of open looks. The three-pointers started to splash down for the Bulldogs, and so at halftime they've made 6 threes. But they're shooting 47% from the field. They're also playing pretty good defense as they forced 7 turnovers against Western Colorado. The Mountaineers have played hard. I mean, it's just like Coach Westling told me before the game. She said, I really like how hard my team plays. But, again, they're adjusting to – it's a young team. She's playing some transfer players. One of those players, Kai Buell, comes over from Western Nebraska Junior College. She's their leading scorer. And then you have some younger players as well, some freshmen that she's throwing out on the court. And so they're trying to get used to each other. And this Southwestern Oklahoma State team is very used to each other. I mean, they start the same 5 that they've started really throughout the season. And last season, a team that went to the Sweet 16 nearly went to the Elite 8. Remember how close they were to knocking off Lubbock Christian, who won the national championship last year. They only lost 1 player from that team last season. And so players like Tramble and Macy Gore, who's had a great first half, her sister Carly Gore, Bethany Franks, Lauren Ramey, they're all talented. They've all played together for several seasons, and they have a system that Coach Music runs, and they execute it.
Let's take a look at the first half stats. First, our team stats. Southwestern Oklahoma State, 47% from the field, 18 of 38. Western Colorado, 35%, 10 of 28. The Dogs, 6 of 17 from three-point range, whereas the Mountaineers, 3 of 8 from three-point range. They knocked down their first 2 and then went 1 of 6 the rest of the half. From the line, Southwestern Oklahoma State's only gone 4 times. They've made 2 of them. Western Colorado has stayed reasonably close by going to the line, where they are 9 of 12 for 75%. Individually, for the Dogs, Bethany Franks has 2 points, 5 rebounds. Makaira Tramble, 7 points, 6 rebounds. Lauren Ramey, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Macy Gore, game high 14 points, 1 board. Carly Gore, 3 points, 1 rebound. Morgan Smith, 8 points, 2 boards. Lainey Zinn, 2 points, 1 rebound. Shamika Smith, 2 points, 1 rebound. And Avery Walker-Henry, 2 points. For the Mountaineers, Grace Kirscher, a team-high 12 points. Katie Dalton, 2 points, 5 rebounds. Kai Buell, 3 points, 2 boards. Onda Kuzmina, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Samantha Coleman has 5 rebounds. Emery Wagstaff, 3 points, 1 rebound. Mia Lozoya and Brooklyn Seymour have played just under 5 minutes without scoring or grabbing a rebound. Natalie Hohola has 1 rebound. Eliza Akins has 1 rebound. And Alexa Huff has 6 points. Southwestern Oklahoma State, strong outside. They're strong inside, outscoring the Mountaineers 20-6 points in the paint. They've also pulled down 7 offensive boards. They've converted that into 13 second chance points, outscoring the Mountaineers 13-2 second chance points, 20-6 on points in the paint. Neither team really committing a lot of turnovers, 5 for the Bulldogs, 7 for the Mountaineers. Southwest Oklahoma State's largest lead was 18 at the 2:30 mark of the second quarter. Western Colorado led early, 6-0, a minute and a half into the contest.
Kent, let's look at what's still to come today and also a little preview for tomorrow. But Pak-A-Sak Thanksgiving Classic, as you see up there on the screen. Today's games, the Lady Buffs are going to take on Fort Lewis, trying to get off the snide a little bit. A couple of losses in a row for Coach Proc's team without Zam Roberts. But on the men's side, I'm telling you, these last 2 games, I'm excited to see. Oklahoma Baptist, the game at 5 o'clock there is West Texas A&M will host OBU. OBU, an NCAA tournament team from a year ago. Just like Southwestern Oklahoma State, they returned all of their players, and they added 1.
They added one of the premier players in the region, if not the country. Transfer from Valdosta State.
Yep.
Averaging 24, 29 points, something like that, grabbing 8 rebounds.
The Blazers, where old friend Kit Streif is, the sports information director there.
And then on our nightcap, our friends from Portales come over, Eastern New Mexico. They're under a new coaching staff. And they will take on Southwestern Oklahoma State, coached by former Oklahoma outstanding All-America point guard Terry Evans.
Yeah, it's Terry, the second leader, second place all-time three-pointers made, and he's in the top 20 in scoring still for Oklahoma. So, yeah, excited to see Terry Evans in Southwestern Oklahoma State men. Of course, he's the all-time leading coach at University of Central Oklahoma in terms of wins.
Got his head coaching start at UCO. Western Colorado's basketball to start the second half of play, and they turn it over right off the bat. Kuzmina taking some steps as she started her dribble.
Coaches hate that, KJ. You come out of the locker room, you've drawn up a play, and you think, hey, we're going to get back in this thing. We're only down by 12. Start with a travel.
Here's Gore at the line from the block. Kicks it outside to Tramble. Her three is in.
Well, and the Bulldogs start that way. Tramble had some time. Remember, she got those 2 fouls and had to sit, so she was ready.
Mountaineers Kuzmina kicks it near corner. Kirscher for three. Glances off the rim. Bulldogs with the rebound. Here's Franks. Back to Ramey. Long three. In and out. Rebound was pulled down by the Mountaineers, but they couldn't control it, and Bethany Franks, off the turnover, knocks it down.
That nearly looked like a Harlem Globetrotters play there, Kent. I mean, not intentionally, but
not the bucket of paper.
No, she falls down. The ball ends up just being caught between her shoes there, and it's taken away by Southwestern.
There's a nice three from the corner and a much-needed one. Samantha Coleman knocks it down, her first bucket of the game.
What was the team that always played the Globetrotters? The Generals.
The Jersey Generals.
Okay.
Or the Washington Generals. They would bounce back and forth.
Yep.
I guess neither town nor state wanted to keep the Generals. Here's Samantha Coleman. To Buell in the paint. Turnaround, got it.
Yeah, we didn't see that in the first half from Buell. Saw the outside shot.
She's got 5. 12-point lead for the Dogs. Here's Franks. Mid-range knocks it down. Nobody got on to guard her. She had 2 at the half. She's got 6 now. 51-37, Southwestern Oklahoma State with the lead.
This Mountaineer team last season, 14-6 record. Lost to Westminster in the first round of the tournament.
There's a long three missed from outside by Kircher. Rebound comes down to the Bulldogs.
They were preseason. The Mountaineers were this season. Preseason number 4 picked in the RMAC. We've seen a lot of RMAC schools already this year, KJ.
Well, we had the LSC RMAC Challenge, yep. South Central Region Challenge.
South Dakota Mines.
Emory Whitestaff in the lineup.
Western Colorado men. We've seen Mesa.
And we're going to see Fort Lewis a little later today.
Love the nickname, the Skyhawks.
Skyhawks. Sky blue and yellow. Mountaineers get a hand on the ball and come up with the steal. Buell, pull up. Can't get it to fall, but there for the rebounds, Wofstaff. And we've got a jump ball. It's going to be Southwestern Oklahoma State on alternating possessions.
Just those little plays like that are hurting Western Colorado. You think you got a rebound, and then hands come in, tie it up, and ball's going back to the Bulldogs.
Well, you chip away at the score, you get it down to 12 or 13, and then you turn it over, and Swasu comes back the other way, but turns the ball over. And the Mountaineers turn it right back. Ramey and Franks playing give and go. Ramey with the lay-in. She's got 6. And it's a 16-point Bulldog lead.
And this Southwestern team looks much improved from when we saw them about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Well, last time we saw them play, Lady Buffs took the win.
They did. They had a win over Central Missouri, and then they lost the other 2 against WT and Drury.
There's There's a three, left wing. Off the mark by Coleman. Here's Tramble. Short, but there's Ramey with the follow.
She's crafty. I mean, I tell you, that uses her length, her athleticism. That's not an easy shot that she just very casually made. Under the basket, and Southwestern Oklahoma State leads now by 18 points. We'll take a timeout, 5:54 to play, third quarter action. You're watching the WT Pak-A-Sak Thanksgiving Classic here from the First United Bank Center.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. 5:54 to play. Third quarter, Southwestern Oklahoma State opens the second half with an 11-4 run, currently on a 6-0 run over Western Colorado. And Lucas, the half, we talked coming out of the halftime break about the necessity of Western Colorado just chipping away, getting closer. They could get it to 12, but have been unable to get closer than that, and now they're really on the precipice of this thing getting out of hand.
They are. Southwestern Oklahoma State can score buckets in a hurry. They can also defend. You know, 2 possessions ago, it's a turnover, a rare turnover by the Bulldogs, but then how quickly did they grab it right back, and they were scoring. And so Western Colorado's got to be careful with those turnovers as well.
To open the quarter, Southwestern Oklahoma State 5 of 8 for 62%. Western Colorado just 2 of 6. It turns upside down real quick. Mountaineers basketball. Coleman cross court to Wallstaff. Give it to Kircher.
She was good in the first half.
She's been the offense. Little turnaround, nice shot.
Yep.
Went to her right, shot with her right, and at the other end, the Bulldogs turn it over.
It was coming right at our cameraman, Chris Jaquist, down there. Didn't even flinch. Yeah, Kircher having a great game today in double figures, 14 points. She only averages 5 points a game, but they felt like they had an advantage there in the paint with her. She's done a good job.
Now tomorrow, Western Colorado will face West Texas A&M. Southwestern Oklahoma State will entertain Fort Lewis. Again, noon, our start time.
No shopping for KJ and Lucas. I could use some of that leftover pie, if there was some at the Proc household, though, as a foul's called. Yeah, 3 different pies. Can't you believe that? He said it was okay, though, because he ran in the morning, though. Did his exercise.
Foul called against Myra Tramble, her third. Just the first team foul of the half. There was a turnaround and a miss from point-blank range by Kircher.
Peanut butter, pumpkin, and pecan. And you would have gone with?
Pecan.
Okay.
Pecan and pumpkin are the Thanksgiving staples. Sometimes you throw an apple in there.
Yeah.
There's a miss on a turnaround by Carly Gore, but she draws the foul. She'll go to the line shooting twice. Western Colorado foul.
Katie Dalton.
Charged to Katie Dalton, her second. That's going to be Mountaineer foul number 1 of the half, and we've got another timeout. 4:47 to play in the third. Southwestern Oklahoma State leading at 55-39. You're watching the Pak-A-Sak WT Thanksgiving Classic on the LSC Digital Network.
How do you make something that's already fresh even fresher? By adding fresh new things, like crisp pico de gallo for a little kick, and creamy cilantro lime sauce for that extra whoa. And pepper jack cheese because, of course, all on top of 2 fresh beef patties, or with chicken on a brioche bun. Whataburger's limited time pico de gallo burger and new pico de gallo chicken sandwiches. Good thing for fresh things. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Lucas Kinsey alongside my broadcast partner Kent Johnson, the Thunder Vision crew today. Jacob Griffin, your director for what some people, Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. You go out and shop. We like basketball. We like our hoops here. Kelsey Music knows some hoops. Head coach for the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs has her team leading here in the third quarter, 55-39 over Western Colorado. And again, 3 more games to come later today. There's a look at the Western Colorado bench with head coach Laura Wessling. It'll be the Bulldogs at the free throw line. This has been an impressive performance after maybe just the first couple minutes, a slow start for the Bulldogs. They have executed on both ends of the floor. Right now holding Western Colorado to 36% from the field while shooting 50% themselves.
Carly Gore makes the first, misses the second. She's 2 of 4 from the line this afternoon. And wide open underneath. Brooklyn Seymour, freshman from Arvada, Colorado, gets the easy lay-in. Dogs didn't get back on defense. The Mountaineers converted. Here's a 3 at the other end. Carly Gore, no good. Rebound comes down to Western Colorado. Hohola kicks it in the corner. Kircher outside, 3 by Wolfstaff, no good. Hustling in for the rebound.
Yeah, good effort.
And maintaining possession, Samantha Coleman is tied up on the play, but the Mountaineers retain possession.
You know, Samantha Coleman has struggled shooting, just 1 of 6, but that was her 10th rebound.
Averaging 4.5 coming into today.
And again, we said it before, but can you impact the game? You're going to have games where you struggle shooting. Can you still find ways, whether it's rebounds, steals, assists, to still help your team?
There's a turnaround, no good. Seymour with the miss. 3:45 to play in the third. Southwestern Oklahoma State up 15. Here's Franks near baseline, got it. She has 8 in the game, 6 coming in this quarter.
Good passing.
Wide open in the corner, Coleman airballs a 3, but there for the rebound is Seymour, and she'll draw the foul.
Yeah, Coleman just shaking her head. It's a good look. She is a 54% three-point shooter this season.
Lauren Ramey picks up her first personal. Second Bulldog team foul of the quarter. Non-shooting foul. Hohola to inbound for the Mountaineers. Here's Wolfstaff, drives in, too strong off the glass. Franks with the rebound, and Laney's in. Oh,
yeah,
my bad, Samantha Coleman with the reach in.
Samantha Coleman.
It's her second, team's second.
Not sure the arena at Western Colorado and Gunnison can't, I'm guessing smaller, and sometimes when players come into the First United Bank Center.
Think of the box.
Okay, so you can tell the background there for shooters, it's a little different.
Yeah, this is what you call an open arena at both ends. And you're right, Lucas. A lot of teams still play with the bucket hung from the wall or a wall right behind the baseline.
Yeah.
Mountaineers with numbers. 1 pass too many. Katie Dalton passed up a nice opportunity for a shot. Elected to pass. It's knocked out of bounds, but Western Colorado keeps possession.
The old coach I used to work with, Jason Pillion, always said, keep that bounce pass in your pocket. That would have helped there.
The one I heard is you don't bounce pass in the lane.
Yep.
There's a miss, a rebound, and another miss for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, so much effort here from Western Colorado, but they are just struggling to shoot the basketball. Now under 33% from the field.
Walker Henry picks up her dribble, finds Ramey inside. She's bumped, draws the foul, and makes the basket. She has 10, goes to the line for the bonus.
It's her second personal foul.
Foul goes to Onda Kuzmina, her second. Team foul number 3 against Western Colorado.
Yeah, good passing. Look at this. It was too late. Ramey was already establishing position and getting that shot in, drawing a foul as well.
My dad used to say, if you're going to foul, make sure they don't get the shot off. But in that particular case, I don't think Kuzmina intended the foul. She was going up, just made the body contact.
And I agree with that, what your dad said, KJ. Of course, nowadays, in the way the game is played, if you foul too hard.
Yeah, well, you don't make it flagrant.
Right. They're going to be going to the monitors for the review.
Oh, nice cutback there by Laney Zinn for the lay-in.
Laney Zinn.
It's a 22-point lead.
22. 7-0 run over the last minute 30. Mountaineers 0 for their last 6.
And look at this, a little zone look from Coach Music. Seeing if her team can adjust defensively here. You can kind of play with some of these things when you're up by 20 points.
And that's the way you attack it. Shot a little too strong.
Boy, did we see a clinic the other night attacking a zone with Tom Brown's West Texas A&M men's team. Midwestern State came out in that zone, and WT shot the lights out.
Shooting for the Mountaineers.
And again, the area of that zone, you attack it, it's in the paint. It's at the high post area, whether through dribble penetration or the pass.
It's Brooklyn Seymour at the line, shooting twice.
There's Coach Music talking to a couple of her veteran players about how to play that zone. They said, Coach, we don't play this zone a lot. We like the man, we like the trap.
Second shot, good by Seymour. She has 3 for the afternoon.
You like that, though, Kent, earlier in the season? I mean, just mixing up things.
Mix up your defense.
You never know when you might have to go to a zone.
We have differing ideas on defense, and I am a big fan, if you do it properly, of the matchup zone.
Okay.
You know, stay zone on the backside, but when the side of the court the ball's on, you play man principles. It's kind of a mix of the two.
Sure.
Jim Boeheim, he'd say you live and die by the zone.
Jim Boeheim would also say, I'm going to get a starting 5 that averages about 6'9", and play long defense against that zone.
You're right. Here's Gore to Franks, outside to Zinn. For 3, no good. Wafstaff with the rebound. Approaching 1 minute to play here in the third. Wafstaff on the block. To Dalton. Kircher picks up her dribble. Down low to Dalton in the paint. Turnaround off the glass, won't go. Knocked out of bounds, last touched by the Mountaineers.
1 for their last 9. No field goals in now 4 minutes for Western Colorado.
63-42 our score. 45 seconds to play in the third. There's Zinn, little lob up, no good. Tried to float it at the other end. Buell on the block to Dalton. Pump fake, drive, and score.
There's a bucket.
Dalton.
And now in this quarter, the Mountaineers are 2 for 9 from the field.
Zinn underneath, got it. 65-44, 10 seconds to play here in the third. 5. Here's Buell, passes the ball away. If you're going to dribble the clock down that low, you need to be prepared to take the shot. That's the end of our third quarter of play. Southwestern Oklahoma State leads it 65-44. We'll take a timeout, come back for our fourth and final quarter. You're watching the Pak-A-Sak WT Thanksgiving Classic on the LSC Digital Network.
90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. celebrating 90 years of success. This is the Lone Star Conference.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Bulldogs!
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Southwestern Oklahoma State leads going into the fourth quarter, 65-44. KJ, you got your hat, man.
That's the Mountaineer.
Yeah.
If you look at the Western Colorado Athletics logo, it's a bearded man with coonskin hat on his head.
Got to work on the beard.
Well, it's
a little
early.
bit, but
Winter's just starting.
Yeah.
But we're all starting in on it.
That's right.
You want to start putting a team away, Lucas, you hold them to 29% coming out of the halftime locker room.
Yeah.
And that's what Southwestern Oklahoma State has done here against Western Colorado. Meanwhile, third quarter, Bulldogs shoot 56% from the floor.
And even in today's game, which is so three-point heavy, I look at points in the paint as there's another bucket from Kyra Tramble. How about 34-10 advantage Bulldogs in the paint today?
Very guard-centric team, but they can drive, they can get in there. 15-second chance points. Morgan Smith gets the rebound and is run over from behind.
We're talking Mountaineers. When I think of Mountaineers, KJ, I think of West Virginia. Mountaineers. With is their coach, basketball coach, still there? It's Coach Huggins.
Huggins, I thought he retired last year.
Okay. Been doing it a long time.
I'm going to take a flyer on that one. He was there forever and ever. There's a turnaround miss. Kyra Tramble doing what she does, disrupting passes with the steal and the assist and the three by Smith.
Morgan Smith.
When I think of Mountaineers, I think of the Mountaineer Bowl, which is the highest football field in the United States. It's up there above 7,000 feet, and I just remember how hot and intense the sun is up there.
Okay.
Went up there with Mike Nesbitt and the Buffaloes
a
few years ago and won the game, but after a while you're gassed at that elevation. And is the hug still at
He's still there.
West Virginia?
Jacob Griffin, our director, just checked it as the three-pointers missed, and Huggy is still doing it at West Virginia.
Still wearing warm-up suits on the sideline.
He's won a lot of games, Was that Cincinnati? Which, Kent, we talked about this on Monday night. I was lobbying for this to happen. Not a Bearcats fan, but felt like they deserved to be in the top four for the Division I football playoffs, and they made it. They're in the top four for now. With some big matchups coming this weekend.
Yeah, the questions that are going to be asked of the committee, and of course you and I aren't on it, we don't know how they think, but Cincy obviously has to win out. But if they win out...
Well, Notre Dame is sixth, Kent. They've got that win over Notre Dame at number 6.
They got the win over Notre Dame, but I got to think that Notre Dame's going to fall. The one I'm looking at is Oklahoma State at 7, because if they can beat Oklahoma in Bedlam tomorrow, and then
they'd have to beat them again.
Beat whoever in the championship game, those are 2 quality wins, and how far can you advance off of that?
Right.
You start to look at strength of schedules. Tramble on the break. Got it. Wow. And Western Colorado wants to talk it over. 7:33 to play in the fourth. Bulldogs in cruise control, 72-44. You're watching the Pak-A-Sak WT Thanksgiving Classic on the LSC Digital Network.
joints begin to fail, it's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
It's going to have an M&M. It's going to have to wait till the next time out.
Okay. Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. 7:33 to play in this one. Kent, here's how you run a fast break. Southwestern Oklahoma State, before the last media timeout, does it to perfection. And Makira Tramble knows how to finish. She has had quite a game today. Tramble, along with Macy Gore, Lauren Ramey. They just have so many players. You talk about consistency and being able to rely on certain players. Well, Kelsey Music has that every time. With this veteran team, this is a team that I expect to see postseason time in the conversation, just like they have been the last several seasons.
Mountaineers basketball. Looking for something positive to finish the game with. Eliza Akins kicks it up top to Buell. There's a turnover. Trinity Johnson comes up with the ball for the Bulldogs. Gives it to Laney Zinn, kicks it back outside to Tramble. Drives into the block, wide open in the corner. Johnson's three, knocks it down.
Everybody shoots the three, Kent. On this team, the freshman from Farmington, Arkansas.
75-44. From the block, going up, yes, and one. Emery Wafstaff. Has her 5th point. She'll go to the line for the bonus.
Yeah, Coach Wesley wants to see her team continue to battle, continue to fight hard. I mean, second half has not gone the way that she would have liked to have seen it. Offensively, they just have not been able to make enough shots today.
Free throw's good.
51% from the field for Southwestern Oklahoma State, 33% for Western Colorado.
Franks up top, long three, knocked down. Morgan Smith with her 4th three of the game. And Lucas, as we start looking at our Pak-A-Sak player of the game, Morgan Smith, she may have to play into that with 4 threes and another field goal.
They've had a lot of success here from a lot of players. Makira Tramble, we mentioned her. The first half, it was Macy Gore that was doing it for the Bulldogs.
Another three put up. This one missed by Johnson. Ball goes out of bounds. Western Colorado with the rebound.
5:52 left in this ball game. We're going to get some subs back in for the Mountaineers as Kuzmina checks back in along with Samantha Coleman. Coleman, again, 13-point second leading scorer on this team. She has 71 starts in her career. She started all 20 games last year, averaged 12.5 points, was an all-RMAC second-team selection. But today has scored just 3 points, does have 10 rebounds.
Here's Buell. Shot clock winds down to 10. Coleman on the baseline, gets it inside to Seymour. Turnaround no good. On the rebound, Seymour knocks it out of bounds. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the 4th quarter. 78-47 our score. Southwestern Oklahoma State in control. Here's Tramble, has the ball stolen away. Seymour came in from behind and made the steal. And then Tramble fouls in the backcourt.
That's personal foul.
That's her 4th.
Bulldogs, Makira Tramble.
Team foul number 2 of the 4th quarter against Southwestern Oklahoma. Coming up at 2:30, it'll be West Texas A&M and Fort Lewis College, Lady Buffs and the Skyhawks. Here's a three. Buell. Little too strong. Rebound. Fought for. Seymour tried to keep it alive, but the Bulldogs come up with it.
Look at Tramble just stop, keep it away. Misses on the three.
But look at the hustle there for the rebound. Tramble underneath, loses the ball out of bounds. It'll be the Bulldogs basketball.
Yep.
Jemiah Johnson was the one that kept that rebound alive for the Bulldogs. Freshman from Allen, Texas. Inbounds pass to Smith, dribbles outside, puts it back under to Johnson. Her shot won't go, but she's fouled and she'll go to the line to shoot twice. I think they got Rachel Cockman with the foul from Fairbanks, Alaska. You ever been to Fairbanks?
I have not. You know, earlier this season, had a chance to interview our strength coach for West Texas A&M football, Ben Kozak, Coach Kozak, and he is from the state of Alaska. He was talking about playing basketball, big sport in Alaska, and he said he kind of took for granted in high school just how beautiful, things were in Alaska. It's like you walk in between classes and, oh, yeah, there's an eagle and here's the mountains and those kind of things. So it's pretty cool.
That's when it's not the dead of winter.
Right.
I've been to both Fairbanks and Anchorage for the Great Alaska Shootout, as well as the Northern Lights Invitational. And in December, it can be awfully cold up there.
Yeah, you're not playing football in December.
There's a strong drive. Comes up for naught by Alexa Huff. Misses them both. Tramble comes up with the rebound.
In fact, he said they start football the day after July 4th in the high school ranks.
And there's a three in the corner, knocked down by Trinity Johnson, her second. She has 6. It's 82-47. What I can tell you about Alaska when you're going from Texas is you fly to Seattle and change planes and you're halfway there. It's a long way. Alexa Huff knocks one down for the Mountaineers. Down at the other end. Shot missed by Johnson, goes out of bounds. We 82-49 with 3:10 to play. Inside of 3 to play. Kuzmina drives and is going to draw the foul. I think she was trying to pass it off. Foul's going to go against Trinity Johnson, her first. Bulldog foul number 3.
Well, Kent, let's announce our Pak-A-Sak player of the game. It's going to go to Makira Tramble. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists for number 34. Outstanding performance for her all around. When you talk about how she affects the game, there's a foul's called down inside, but Makira Tramble. And again, 6 of 13 from the field, made a couple of threes, some shot blocks as well. You feel like, as you said, Terry Evans said it, it's fun to watch her play.
Yeah. No, I say it's fun to watch her play. Terry says one of the best court presence of anyone he's ever seen. It's a strong move inside. Abby Leberts, freshman from San Antonio. Little too strong, and who are we talking about?
Yeah, 9.
Makira Tramble with the rebound.
She's flirting with a triple-double, 14, 9, and 7 now.
Well, she'll put up a 3 here. Little off. Mountaineers come up with the rebound.
Well, and as a result, her teammates have played great today. I mean, Smith with 14 points, 11 for Ramey, 16 for Gore.
Last rebound pulled down by Mia Lozoya, freshman from El Paso. Here's Kuzmina with the turnaround. She has 6. Makes it 82-51 as we're inside of 2 minutes. Long three outside, missed by Smith. Here comes Buell. Cross-court pass, intercepted. Addison Wilson, freshman from Omega, Oklahoma. I keep saying these Oklahoma towns, and they're getting smaller.
And Omega's another one. It's a dynasty, Kent, on the small town. That's Class B Oklahoma girls.
There's a strong move inside, Jemiah Johnson.
Yeah, Omega has won. I'm talking, like around our area, Canyon or Nazareth, they've won 20-plus state championships on the small town side of things there. They always have the state tournament at the Fairgrounds Arena in Oklahoma City.
Johnson knocks down the bonus for the three-point play. 34-point lead. After the game, we'll have the head coach of Southwestern Oklahoma State, Kelsey Music, come up and visit with us. Give us her early impressions on her team's play. Got to be pleased overall, I think, with the way her team played.
Well, 93 points against Cameron, at Cameron, I should say, on Wednesday. And then 85 right now with still some time to be played. So their offense, really starting to get going. And I think Coach Music would say it when we visit with her. It's a result of playing good defense as well.
Lebhertz knocks down the second. Makes it 85-52 as we approach 1 minute to play. And defense today has forced 15 Mountaineer turnovers. Here's Smith in the paint to Johnson. Shot no good, but there for the rebound. Jocelyn Smith kicks it outside to Addison Wilson, who knocks down the three. That's the Bulldogs' 12th today. They are 12 of 35 from three-point range, 88-52. Came in today averaging 75 points, and they're going to raise that a few notches with this performance. It's a drive by Kuzmina. Passes to Huff, who's fouled and will go to the line shooting twice.
So you were talking Omega earlier, KJ, and last year they won the state championship. It was their 16th state championship, Class B for Oklahoma. So
town's population?
Smaller than my hometown of Beaver, Oklahoma, so less than 1,200.
That's a sneeze and you've missed it.
You've been there, KJ.
Well, they got the big beaver there in the downtown area.
Yes, they do.
I remember those things. 30 seconds to play. 88-54 our score. Here's Wilson. Cross court, Jocelyn Smith. Up top to Morgan Smith. She'll pull up from 18, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to the Mountaineers, Akins. Inside of 10 seconds to play. Akins. Pass inside, turned over. And that'll do it for the opening game of the Pak-A-Sak WT Thanksgiving Classic. Our final score is Southwestern Oklahoma State 88, Western Colorado 54. We'll take a timeout, come back with our post-game activities after this. You're watching the Pak-A-Sak WT Thanksgiving Classic on the LSC Digital Network.
When joints begin to fail, it's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
A smile is understood in any language. It represents joy, love, and shows you care. At Full Smile Dental, our mission is to build lifelong relationships one smile at a time by providing accessible, compassionate, quality care with the personal touch of friendship. Come see us at Full Smile Dental, located in Canyon, Amarillo, Dumas, and Dalhart, and ask us about our free Whitening for Life program.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day. The taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons. We live for this.
How do you make something that's already fresh even fresher? By adding fresh new things, like crisp pico de gallo for a little kick, and creamy cilantro lime sauce for that extra whoa. And pepper jack cheese because, of course, all on top of 2 fresh beef patties, or with chicken on a brioche bun. Whataburger's limited time pico de gallo burger and new pico de gallo chicken sandwiches. Good thing for fresh things. Good thing there's Whataburger.
When joints begin to fail, it's more than an inconvenience. The relentless grinding pain slows you down and can even stop you from doing the things you enjoy in life. At Physicians Surgical Hospitals, our skilled orthopedic experts are using advanced robotic surgeries to get you back to being you sooner with a less painful recovery. We're doing more than restoring joints. We're restoring lives.
A smile is understood in any language. It represents joy, love, and shows you care. At Full Smile Dental, our mission is to build lifelong relationships one smile at a time by providing accessible, compassionate, quality care with the personal touch of friendship. Come see us at Full Smile Dental, located in Canyon, Amarillo, Dumas, and Dalhart, and ask us about our free Whitening for Life program.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Our first game of the day completed and a final score of 88-54. Southwestern Oklahoma State gets the win over Western Colorado. Joining us here on the post game is head coach Kelsey Music of the Lady Bulldogs. And Coach, congratulations. Again, we talked about this being your home away from home. Your team is shooting the ball pretty well every time you come to Canyon, Texas. Talk about this game today, a win 88-54 over a tough Western Colorado team.
Yeah, I thought the biggest thing is we've been focusing on our defense. Obviously, we've got out of our full court chaos defense a little bit this year, and we've really honed in on our shell defense and focusing on our game plan there. And I really felt like they stuck to it. They made the adjustments necessary with the handoffs and the switches we needed to make up at the top of the key on those X cuts, and that really did help us down the stretch.
You talk about the defense and how it's changed a little bit. What hasn't changed is you're still forcing turnovers. You force 16 turnovers, and we know when your team does that, you get out and run and you get the fast break points. So talk about that shift a little bit from your philosophy, but no change in your pressure.
Absolutely. The pressure has to stay there, and then the execution, we're really good when we're running up and down and we can get more possessions per game, but getting out and running in transition, we're usually pretty successful with either getting to the rim or hitting a 3-ball. So, my team's really, I think they're good passers too, and that makes a big difference. I mean, you look at Makaira, she can score, but she's also one of my very best passers.
Yeah, Makara nearly had a triple-double today. She was our Pak-A-Sak player of the game with finishing 14 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. In the first half, it was Macy Gore that kind of got things going offensively. And then, as we usually see with your team, 4 players score in double figures. Talk about the depth and the balance that this team has. And you're starting to find more players. They're coming off your bench and contributing as well.
And that's what we need. At the end of the day, I've got a really young team. I might have 5 returners, but those returners only played a semester last year. So I've got a bunch of freshmen and a bunch of transfers. So they're kind of starting to find their place on the team. They're starting to find their role and embrace their role. And then I'm starting to see some other players emerge. And that's what I tell them. Day in and day out, you might have to give me something different. You might have to give me something more here and there. And so we've got to make sure we're more efficient. And people got to do what they do day in and day out, even if that role might change. And that's something we harp on. And I feel like my team's really stepping up to that challenge.
Stepping up, 5-2 record, 4 straight wins for your team. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. Just give you a chance here to talk about what you're thankful for in Weatherford, Oklahoma.
Well, I'm definitely thankful for my family and my basketball team. We have a really good community in Weatherford, Oklahoma, and that makes being able to coach at SWOSU a huge blessing. And, I'm just thankful for our life and for my Lord and Savior.
There you go. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us, and again, congratulations on a big win. We'll see you tomorrow when you take on Fort Lewis.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break, come back and wrap things up, give you the final statistics. The Bulldogs win 88-54, defeating Western Colorado. We're back after these messages.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day. The taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons. We live for this.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas. When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Well, welcome back to the First United Bank Center. The final score of our first game today here at the WT Pak-A-Sak Thanksgiving Classic. The Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs defeat Western Colorado by the score of 88-54. We appreciate head coach Kelsey Music joining us on the post game to talk about her team and their performance. The team statistics shake down like this, and you're going to see a lot of these heavy in favor of Southwestern Oklahoma State. They shoot 48% from the field, the Bulldogs do, to just 31% shooting for Western Colorado. The threes were raining down as the game went on. Bulldogs just kept making more and more three-pointers. They finished the game connecting on 12 of 35 from the three-point line. Meanwhile, Western Colorado hit 4 of 17. Free throws, an advantage actually to the Mountaineers. They made 14 of 19 at the charity stripe, while the Bulldogs were 6 of 10. The rebounds, pretty even, 42-40 in favor of Southwestern Oklahoma State. Turnovers, 16 committed by Western Colorado, just 9 for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs also had 20 assists, so they were passing. You heard Coach Music say she really likes the way her team passes the ball, shares the wealth, and that usually results in several players scoring in double figures. It was the case again today for the Bulldogs as we look at the individual stats. Makira Tramble, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Great performance for her. She was our Pak-A-Sak player of the game. Also for Southwestern Oklahoma State, 16 points, game high, 16 points for Macy Gore. She was outstanding, especially in the first half. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for Macy. 11 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist for Lauren Ramey. Also in double figures today, Morgan Smith, a big performance off the bench for Morgan Smith. 14 points, she made 4 of 7 from the three-point line. 6 points each for Bethany Franks, Lainey Zinn, and also Trinity Johnson. 4 points for Jemiah Johnson, 6 points for Trinity Johnson, 3 for Addison Wilson, and 4 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals for Carly Gore. On the other side for Western Colorado, 2 players score in double figures, led by Grace Kirscher with 14 points and a rebound, 2 assists, and 4 steals. 10 points for Alexa Huff on a perfect 4 for 4 at the free throw line today. 8 points for Anda Kuzmina, 5 points for Kai Buell, 6 points for Emery Wagstaff. Katie Dalton had 4 points and 5 rebounds. And also Samantha Coleman, 3 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists in the loss for Western Colorado. So the Bulldogs improved to 5-2. Western Colorado falls to 2-2 on the season. And want to remind you, the games coming up later today as we look at the schedule for the Thanksgiving Classic hosted by West Texas A&M and brought to you by Pak-A-Sak. The next game following this one will be West Texas A&M, the Lady Buffs, taking on Fort Lewis, 5 o'clock. Later today, West Texas A&M men, the number 6 ranked team in the country, will host Oklahoma Baptist. That one should be a great matchup. And then the nightcap, the 7:30 game, Southwestern Oklahoma State men will take on Eastern New Mexico out of the Lone Star Conference. Thanks so much for watching this first one here. We'll take a break, come back with the Lady Buffs and Fort Lewis. For Kent Johnson and the director today, Jacob Griffin, I'm Lucas Kinsey saying thanks so much for